Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the vlog. So today we begin our new project, and this project is a slight difference to the normal project that we do. And let me tell you what that is. So normally we buy a vehicle and then we fix it, and then I'll talk to you about how much it costs to put together. But this video and this series of video, this is a challenge video. So like we did with the Fiat 500, where we had a set budget, we've got a set budget for this project too. But the person that I'm doing the work for has also asked me to kit it out with equipment that he needs to do his work. So the budget that we got for this project is $5.5 grand, and for $5.5 grand we've got to buy a van, and we've got to kit it out to be a window clean van. So we got to do all the work for that. So the first thing we'll do is we'll find a van, and then what we'll do is we'll then kit it out with the equipment, and then we'll look at the numbers at the end of the project to see if that brought us in on budget. So the van we've already purchased, and you're probably going to see it on screen now. We managed to get a Ford Transit Courier. Now we chose a Courier because it's a small van and the person in question is young, so he needs to be able to afford the insurance, but also it's quite a popular van and he wanted a van of that description. So the vans that we had in the brief were a Vauxhall Combo. We had the Transit Custom, not the Transit Custom, the Transit Connect, or the Courier. There was a VW Caddy van in there as well, but they're quite expensive, as you can imagine. So we managed to get our Courier, and I went and collected it from Copart, as you can see, and it went quite smoothly. And so the van is back here. So we're going to show you the van now in anger, and we'll show you the damage, which is a little less than what we normally would expect, but I'm quite pleased because it means less work for me, but we'll show you it. Okay, so we've just arrived at Copart, and we are now just going to go inside and get some coffee, but then we're going to wait for our van to be loaded on the back of our transporter. And here is our van. This is our Courier, our Ford Transit Courier. Charging the battery at the moment because they normally come dead from Copart, and this one was dead on arrival. Now, in terms of the condition of this vehicle, it's in really good condition. The bodywork, very minimal damage. In fact, all the damage is round the back. That's the reason why the back doors are open. There is some slight grazing here. You've got the paint peeling here on the side here, but it really is superficial. And because this is a van, we're not going to worry too much about this kind of damage, although we may just patch them up just to look a little better. But other than that, the bodywork on the vehicle is in really good condition. And the vehicle itself is only 4 years old, so this is a 2016 model, and as you can see from the inside, it's quite compact, but we're going to be able to do what we need to do in here, and that's the main thing. So let me show you the damage. The damage will be very evident when you see it. So here, this back door. Now the door is actually better than what it was. I'll show you an original picture of the door, and as you can see from that picture, this door is a bit more damaged, but I've actually pushed it out a little bit. And then the other door I've not done anything with, and you can see that's clearly in need of a repair. Now here's the thing about these Couriers. They're a relatively new van from Ford. They're a slightly smaller van than the Custom, and the issue with this van, let me just turn the light on. So the issue with these vans are, because they are quite new, parts are quite scarce. You think because it's a Transit that there'll be lots of bits, but these doors, they're a 60-40 split, and I can't find any of these doors for love or money. Actually, I tell a lie, I found two and they are extortionately expensive. One is 700 quid and then the other one is 450, but that's coming from Spain, so chances are it's going to get here damaged. So this is what we're going to do. We will get a door for this, but in the meantime, to get this van up and running as soon as possible, we're going to repair this as best as we can. Now I had a stab at this, and this looks better than what it was. We've got this split down the middle here, and I don't know what's hit this car, but something's hit it sufficiently enough to cause a puncture line right down here and down here as well. So we are going to fill that and sand it as best as we could. We're not worried too much about the aesthetics, and nor is the owner. He really isn't worried about that, but it needs to be looking at least semi-decent so we can use it until we get a door, and then we'll replace the door. So that's the plan. So we're going to strip this door down, and then we're going to push all the panel as best we can, and then see how it looks. So this is how it looks now. So you've taken a good look at that. Let's see how we get on. But other than that, the van is in really good condition. There's a little gash on the side here. I can't show you because of the position of the van, but it's really superficial. So yeah, and it's I had a mileage that I had to get the van under, so it had to be under 130,000 miles. We've just done that with this one. This is 125,000. Gave it a bit of a clean up down yesterday because in typical van style it was filthy, not as bad as the last one that I've done, but nevertheless it needed a really good clean, and it's looking fairly pleasant for 10 minutes worth of work now. So yeah, this is our new project, and this is what we're going to be working on for the next couple of weeks or so. So let me know what you think. I know you're probably going to want to know how much we paid for this. So this van came in, let's see, so the hammer price was 3,150 for a 16 plate, which really isn't that bad, is it? And when I've seen these online, they're going for 6k and above. That's with VAT. We did pay VAT on this as well, on top of the 3,100. There was VAT to pay on this, but even with the VAT that we paid, it was still cheap. It was still a steal. I could basically get this van up and running and sell it again and make some decent money. Seems like vans are the way to go at the moment. Hey ho. Anyway, let's crack on with that door. Right, okay, so I've managed to get it looking slightly straighter. This is the main area now we've got to fix down here. I actually push a lot of this out using the my hydraulic ram. Tell you what, one thing you need in your toolkit is one of these kits. I got this from Machine Mark. It's called a Strong Arm. It's a 4-ton pulley, but it comes with a host of attachments, and that's one of them. And basically what I did with that was it has a jaw that allows you to push open the dent, and so essentially we just stuck it down there and it pushed most of this out. I wish I actually showed it on camera because I think you would have enjoyed that, but I didn't know whether it was going to work, so I thought I'll try it, and then it just events took over and we're here we are. So it's looking better. So now what I need to find is something that will allow me to grab underneath here and then pull this out so we can make that straight and try to work this bit here. Like I said, this is not going to look anything near, you will definitely see that this has got a dent in there. This is not the objective of this exercise. The whole point in doing this is to try and get this straight enough so that we can put it through an MOT, because with the damage that it has, that may influence the MOT to fail it as a sharp object protruding. So we're just trying to make it look okay until we get a new door, because if we wait for a new door, we could be waiting weeks, whereas this van needs to be operational within 2 weeks. So that's the plan, to just get this looking decent. I might even just paint it as well, just to protect this, because this is obviously going to be steel and it's clearly just chipping away. So just to give it some protection, I may just paint it, not to mask it, all right, because it's very clear that it's a dent, just to protect it, to make the van look semi-decent and to take your eye away from that. But at the moment, the door's shut as they should, so that shuts like that and that shuts there, and in fact now the door shuts closer because there was a clear gap. But now that we've pulled this out, the door is now shutting nice and tight, and it's actually closing better as well, because before it was dragging on the bottom of on the bumper there. It's now no longer doing that, so we are making progress. So this split here, I'm going to use some body filler to cover that over. Again, we are going to replace this door as well, but at the moment, while they are too expensive, the ones that are on eBay, we're just going to repair it so that the van looks semi-decent when it's out on the road. So we'll fill that today, and then hopefully if we can get this into some kind of state, if I can get something, find something from Machine Mart to help me pull this out, then we'll get that sorted, and then we'll do a little bit of body filler on that just to make it look decent. So that's the plan for today. Okay, so a little bit of a disclaimer, call it a warning. I'm about to show you something that I am not proud of, okay, but it had to be done in order for me to take the car from MOT, which by the way it passed. But you saw me doing the bodywork, you saw what the condition of the bodywork was. Now we did repair the bodywork, but it's not something that I'm proud of. So, you know, before you get on your keyboard and start whacking away and saying, oh, that's a terrible job, let me explain to you the reasons why. In fact, let me show you. So here it is. That's the repaired section. Now if you recall, this was quite badly damaged, and we have repaired it. It is the worst repair that I've ever done in the history of repairs, and you know I've done some pretty bad repairs in the past, but this really takes the biscuit, okay? But we had to get this looking like this, because number one, these doors are going to get replaced, okay? But the reason why we did this is because we have to get this van operational for its owner as soon as possible, and we can't wait for doors. And the first thing that we need to do was get the MOT done. Now, we had to repair the doors because section 6 of the MOT regulation states that no sharp objects should be evident on the door that could cause harm to pedestrian or other road users. And with the split down here, which has been repaired badly, and the really bad lacerations down here, that would have failed the MOT. So we've done this to get it through the MOT, and as soon as we see some doors on eBay, or if you guys know anyone who's selling courier doors, because these doors are really difficult to come by because hardly anyone crashes couriers, apparently. So if you do see these doors, and I've seen one in Spain, but it's £500 just for that door, do let us know, and then I will buy it straight away. But in the meantime, this will have to do, just so we can get the van operational. But other than that, it's gone really well. The interior, we've managed to start putting some bits on the inside, That's not bolted into place, by the way, that's just sitting there. We're just measuring up, but that's where our tank is going to go eventually. And we've discovered that there is no damage down here at all. So there's no damage to the back of the vehicle. So I'm not sure why this van is a Cat S other than this. I'm going to take the bumper off just to have a proper inspection, but the latches and everything are absolutely fine. The door, however, that's taken all the impact. That's where all the damage really is. This door is fine other than the split, which you can see on the inside there. So yeah, and the doors do shut really well. In fact, they're closing better at the top. Not so good. Well, this is actually on, but it's worse by the fact that I've bashed it into this state just to try and get this bottom here straight. So, but other than that, the rest of the vehicle is absolutely fine and there's no damage whatsoever. So we're going to give it a bit of a clean up, and then that should be it. Okay, so next week we're going to be fitting out the rear of this vehicle. So we're just waiting for the bits to come in. They should all come in by Wednesday, and then we'll be able to fit this out, because this van has got its first day of work on Friday of next week. So we've got a lot to do to get this van up and running. So hope you've enjoyed this content. If you do, don't forget to subscribe down here, and we will see you on the next one.